Hey guys, today we're going to learn how to turn a regular picture into one that looks like it's kind of overlapping shapes that make up the picture, like this one and this one. You can use any shape. Today I'm going to show you how to use the square or rectangle shape, but you can use circles if you want to. Also, you can do it on people's faces or on just anything, objects, flowers, whatever you'd like. So today, let's see, I've got a picture of Iva Mulch, and that's what I'm going to do it on. So first I'm just going to double click the hand to make it full size. So the first thing you want to do is make a copy of your background layer. Control J. We'll do that. Then you want to go ahead and add an adjustment layer that's a solid color adjustment layer. And let's make it white. You can make it any kind of background color you'd like, but I'm going to choose white. And then I'm going to drag this layer underneath layer 1. So it'll be between the background layer and layer 1. Okay, so now what we have is this picture, and what we want to do is draw a shape. The shapes are located underneath the arrow tool. And you can right click on it to find different shapes. I'm going to choose rectangle tool, and then I'm just going to draw kind of a rectangle. I'm going to use my move tool to move it down. Okay, it's clearly too big. You can kind of reshape it however you'd like. Alright, it does not matter at all what, I'm going to hit apply. It does not matter at all what the fill color is or the stroke color, because we're actually going to be placing the picture on top of it. So now what we want to do is take this rectangle and move it below layer 1. And we're going to make layer 1 a clipping mask. If you don't remember how to do that, you can just right click somewhere over here where there's not writing, so where it doesn't say layer 1. If you right click, create clipping mask. And it should clip to that rectangle. Okay, so let's go to the rectangle. Now we have to do a couple things. So I want to actually transform this rectangle. I want it to be a different shape. So I'm just going to click on my move tool. And I'm just going to kind of drag it some sort of way. And that looks fine to me. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we're going to actually add an effect to the rectangle. To add an effect, down at the very bottom to the left of the mask tool is the FX button. If you click that, then you can click blending options and you'll see all of your different options for effects. You'll see bevel and emboss, stroke. The other one we're going to do is we're going to do drop shadow. So if you'll click on the word drop shadow, it'll put a check beside it, and it'll also give you a drop shadow. So we're going to change the opacity to about 20%. I'm going to change the distance to about 20. And the size up a little bit. Okay, next. Sorry, I had already done this and I paused the video, but you're going to click on stroke, and then you can kind of play around with the size. I increased the size. I think mine's like at 29 or 30. It doesn't matter. Play around with the size until you get one that you like. And you're going to change the position of the stroke to inside instead of outside. You want to make sure that the blend mode is normal and the opacity is up to 100%. And then you can choose the color. So I chose white, and then I'm going to hit OK. My computer's lagging a little bit. After you're done there, you can go ahead and hit OK. So you have one done. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to take layer 1 and rectangle 1. So I'm going to hold down Control so I can select both layers. I'm going to drag those into a folder. So you can drag them down. There's some shortcuts also, but that way I can, if I turn that off, it turns everything off. But I want it in a folder because now instead of doing all that work again, I'm just going to make a copy of the folder. So I'm going to Control J, and now I'll be working on the next one. So I'm going to open the copy of Group 1. And what we want to do is simply use our Move tool. We're going to get onto the rectangle, use our Move tool to move it over, and then we're going to rotate it as soon as my computer quits lagging. Okay, I finally got it rotated. So once we're finished with this one, I'm just going to make another copy, so Control J again. Now we'll open it up, we'll go down to the rectangle layer, we're going to get our Move tool. Again, we're going to just move it over. My computer is not going to cooperate tonight. And then you'll rotate it a little bit. You'll hit the check mark, and you'll continue this process until you get all the way across the picture, or just the main parts of the picture. If you've got a face in the middle and then it's just blank on the sides, just a background, then clearly you don't have to do that. But so you will keep making copies of these groups until you get it all done, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, and lastly, to add a little color to our pictures, we're going to open up the first group, so click on the arrow to expand it. You're going to double click on the word Effects under the rectangle, and it's going to open up that Effects box again. This time we're going to go down to Color Overlay. You actually have to click on the words in order to open up the options. And you're going to choose a color. So I think I'll just keep it red for now. But instead of Blend Mode Normal, you're going to change it to Hue. Okay, and then you hit OK. Alright, I'm going to do it again. The next group, I'm going to open it up, double click on the word Effects. I'm going to click on Color Overlay. I'm going to change it to a different color now, so I'll just do blue. Change it to Hue, and then hit OK. And I'm going to continue going through each folder until I get it nice and colorful, and then save it as a JPEG and you will be done. Have fun!